Son, the Holy Ghost in me.
Hello everyone, welcome to another End Times 4565 video. And what I want to do now, there seems to be some discussion. First off, there's some discussion about my setup, but I'm working on it as hard as I can. I know I can't please everybody. I worked on the audio. I'm doing my best. I just started doing this, remember. Okay. I want to talk to you about some of the evidence. There's a couple of things I want to discuss today. In this video, I want to discuss some of the evidence that's been happening. There's no doubt that climate change is here. But it's not climate change like Al Gore. It's not human caused. This climate change that we have right now, ladies and gentlemen, is too catastrophic to be caused by humans. By the greenhouse gases, CO2, all of these things may be on the rise, but it's not because we're causing it on the rise. It's because the earth is beginning to travail under the pressure of the incoming objects. Now, you would say, well, we can't see the incoming objects. Yeah, you're probably right, although some have seen images of the objects around. I got comments that they've seen it in Louisiana and other parts of the UK and other parts of the world. I have comments from folks who are seeing this already in the skies. Now, I haven't really looked real hard here in central Texas where I am, but I'm in the woods, and it is kind of hard to see sunset. And sunrise, I don't get to see it till it's already risen. But at any rate, ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you what is really happening right now. And what I want to do here is, I don't know which one of these it is. At any rate, okay. So now, I got me out of the way. Okay, let's look at the floods. December 1st, landslides ravage eastern Caribbean. Okay. Saudi Arabia deserts covered with snow, flooded by deadly floods. Extreme rainfall in northwestern Italy. Heavy rain floods and massive landslides hit New Caledonia. Storm Angus batters eastern Europe, widespread flooding. November 17, 2016, the worst of natural disasters in Indonesia in the last decade. November 17th, severe flooding hits Dominican Republic. 20,000 people have been evacuated. November 14th, heavy rain inundates Indonesia, Tangyang under 2 meters of high waters. Deadly floods hit Johannesburg, South Africa, November the 10th. November the 9th, severe flooding in the Balkans forces hundreds to evacuate. Severe flash flooding hits Egypt, at least 17 dead, October 29. Heavy rains inundate Spain, October 25. Severe flooding in Colombia, October 22nd. Unseasonal high tide floods the Marshall Islands. And this here wasn't rain, it was just a strange high tide. And the list for flooding, ladies and gentlemen, goes on and on. This is just since I've only followed it from October 17 or the 19th to now. It's not amazing. It is amazing to see all of these floods around the world. There's catastrophic flooding, ladies and gentlemen. But this, not the end of it. Let's look at this. So here we see the, this is just a small report of earthquakes. Follow with me, please. Silent earthquakes follow a major Kilauea event. Caution advised, December 2nd. Very shallow 6.3 earthquake hits Peru, December the 1st. 8 killed after magnitude 4.4 earthquake hits near Rudia mine in Poland. Strong and shallow 6.5 earthquake hits China, Tajikistan, and Kazakhstan. Very strong November 24th and shallow 7.0 quake hits off the coast of El Salvador. November 21st, massive 7.4 earthquake hits near Fukushima. Tsunami warnings were issued. November 20th, strong 6.4 earthquake hits San Juan, Argentina. November 17th, Delhi shaken by moderate 4.2 quake in India. New Zealand earthquake, one of the most complex ever recorded on land. Look at the earth change here. September 16th, 2016. Strong 6.2 quake near La Poroja, Argentina. November 13th. Extremely dangerous 7.8 earthquake hit near Christchurch, New Zealand. Series of earthquakes hit Oklahoma, November the 11th. Strong 5.8 quake near Sendai, Japan. Series of strong quakes hit Chile, November the 8th. Sharp earthquake hits Oklahoma, forces evacuations on November the 7th. Rare 5.2 quake hits near Halls Creek, Western Australia. Strong 6.4 quake hits Chile. Ladies and gentlemen, are you kidding me? Really? Really? This is just November right here. And this isn't the whole list. This is not the whole list. These are just the ones of significance, ladies and gentlemen. Significance only. Why? Why now? What's going on? You know what it is? I can tell you what it is. The earth is under supreme pressure. And because of this pressure, ladies and gentlemen, that's pushing out from inside out, ladies and gentlemen, and it's causing the Earth's fault lines and crust to suffer. And there's an opening of these fault lines. These fault lines are fracturing because they're trying to split open, ladies and gentlemen. Now, some that are overruns are having supreme pressure where they are, such as the Juan de Fuca. It's going to give away soon. Make no mistake about it. I don't have to be a scientist to predict this. I can just look at the evidence. And once again, South America on the Pacific coast, Central America, Baja, Mexico area is due for a major quake, ladies and gentlemen. That's not all, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, there's more. And on to the next subject, ladies and gentlemen, would be sinkholes. Sinkholes, ladies and gentlemen. And let's look at this list of a few noteworthy sinkholes. Car disappears in UFA, whatever that is, Ufa sinkhole in Russia, November 28th. 26th November, world's biggest cluster of sinkholes found in China. Sinkhole opens on highway in Algeria, swallows 5 cars, November 18th. Huge sinkhole swallows gardens in England, Ripton, England, November the 11th. November 8th, massive sinkhole and Fukuoka. Nearby buildings might collapse. Yes, indeed. Large sinkhole opens after strong earthquake hits Greece, October 22. Large sinkhole opens near the city of Suffolk, Virginia, October the 11th. Giant sinkhole swallows 4 people, 3 cars in the Chinese city of Zhengzhou. That's in August. These are just noteworthy sinkholes, ladies and gentlemen. And these sinkholes are happening. These sinkholes are happening because as the Earth's crust is moving around, everything that's under the Earth's crust is also under stress. And in these major cities, all of these underground pipelines, whether they be water or natural gas or oil, these pipelines are subject to being pulled apart, kinked, broken, fractured because of the movement of the crust. You can't stop this from happening, ladies and gentlemen. Think about this. All of the pipelines. Do you live near a pipeline, ladies and gentlemen? Do you? If you live, listen. If you live near a pipeline, you need to consider, you need to find another place perhaps, because it's possible that that line could be ruptured, fractured, kinked, broken, or pulled apart, erupt, because of the movement of the crust beneath it. Okay? And when that happens, ladies and gentlemen, a sinkhole will form because the ground is so loose underneath, it will give way. And the same thing is going to happen in these quakes, ladies and gentlemen. These quakes are beginning to loosen the crust around the world. Think about it. It's not just a shaking in one place, but the crust in that area is being shaken like a sieve and loosened, and every fracture underground is receiving whatever's on the top. Now, you might think I'm completely out of my mind, but I'm trying to tell you, this is just a list of a few things that we see coming. Okay, let's continue. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I want to look at volcanoes. Hydrothermal eruption in New Zealand. We've seen this on the news, and it's happened over and over again. November 30. November 28th was the first one. Then on the 30th, powerful eruptions in Mexico. November 26th, active volcanoes in the world. Between November 16 and the 22nd, 7 volcanoes erupted. You understand? Ongoing activity was reported for 12 volcanoes. That's 19 volcanoes. There are more than that in the world running right now. Eruption at Fuego volcano intensifies in Guatemala. Large pumice raft reported between New Zealand and Fiji, November 21st. Major eruption. Listen, ashes up to 33,000 feet. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. The volcanoes are continuing to grow. More and more volcanoes as the pressure increases. These dormant volcanoes, if you live near a dormant volcano, you could be in danger because it is not dormant now. I'm going to tell you why. Because the pressure is continuing to increase in the center. And you have to understand that things are going to happen to relieve this pressure. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's a few of the Earth climate change incidences I wanted to carry for you. These are things that are happening man has nothing to do with. And it doesn't count. It doesn't count what Russia is up to. Russia and NATO and Syria and Turkey. None of these things are even on this list. Not to count what Mad Dog is going to do to Syria next month. What problems is that going to cause when he mops the floor with ISIS? Ladies and gentlemen, this is December. December. May approaches. June approaches. February approaches. I don't know. Maybe it'll all just go away. Maybe I'll just disappear and it'll just all go away. And we won't have to sweat the small stuff. But I'm telling you, you need to be prepared. You definitely need to be prepared. All of these things that I've just told you are happening or have happened now, just in the last month or so. Make no mistake about it. We are feeling the pressure from within. And we're feeling the pressure from without by God Himself. There's pressure on the earth, pressure on the people to make a stand and make the right choices. You have to make the right choices. Make the wrong ones, you know what happens. Make the right ones, you know what happens. So end times 4, 5, 6, 5. You give us this doom and gloom. But the Bible tells us when we see all these things, we should look up, for our redemption draweth nigh. You see, I have hope. I have hope, ladies and gentlemen. My hope is not in my preparations or prepping. My hope is not in my neighbors. My hope is not in other people. My hope is not in the government. My hope, ladies and gentlemen, is in Jesus Christ, who is my Savior. Because the bottom line is, it doesn't matter what happens to me, because in the end, I know that my Lord takes me. What about you, ladies and gentlemen? Do you have any hope? I read off this small list of things that are happening. Are you ready? Are you prepared? Spiritually ready? Physically ready? What about your family? Have you discussed anything with your family? What's the talk on the street where you live? Somebody needs to get a focus, ladies and gentlemen. A focus. Because soon, the Lord returns.